Hi. So today is the second session of performance management. And today we will be covering about the KRAs and the KPIs. KRAs and KPIs, KRA stands for Key Results Area and KPIs are your Key Performance Indicator. So we'll understand the importance of it, the sample I'll show you, and how are we defining and identifying it. What importance role does it play in your PMS? Also, we'll understand what KPIs are, how are we designing it. I'll show you a sample and how it is different from a KRA. But before we go on, let's revise few terms. First, understand that an organization needs to set up a goal, right? And based on that goal, every function, every department gets aligned to it, right? So the goal becomes that what is the aim of the organization? So if the organization says in the next 5 years, I need to expand my business in European market, accordingly, that goals get further divided into department and then into individual goals, right? So that becomes a goal. Now, in order to align the needs of the organization with the goal, each job role identify its employees' KRA, right? And organizations define the KPIs. And the mapping of these KRAs to KPI in a measuring terms give employee goals. Is it confusing? Don't worry. As we go on to the next slide, there'll be more clarity coming in. Objectives. These are measurable components. It helps to derive the organization, its overall goal. Key results area. So they are your defined objectives that are very important to the employee performance, or for that matter, to a department or to an organization, right? So what are the areas which are very important in order for you to achieve that goal? Becomes your key results area. Key performance indicators are your measuring metric. So this is helping you in assessing whether this individual, department, or the organization is achieving those objectives or not. So these becomes your proof points against the KRAs, right? Let's understand first. So your KRAs, for example, each employee has a responsibility, right? For whichever job they've been hired for. These responsibilities are basically your key results area or your key responsibility areas. And these are mentioned in your job description as well. Now your KRAs, which are your key results area, it is broadly defining the job profile. And it is giving them a better clarity of their role. Right? How are they helping? They're helping the employee to align their role with the organizational goal. In many organizations, it is also known as key performance areas, KPAs. Right? So these areas are responsible to, these are the important areas which are responsible to give a better performance. And then it becomes, these area becomes accountable for the performance result of that employee, department, or the organization. Let's understand with few examples. For KRAs, suppose for a sales representative, it will be increasing number of sales from previous period. So this becomes a task, a responsibility, an activity, right? An objective that he needs to achieve. Increasing sales revenue from previous period. Increasing outreach to prospective customers, right? So a very clear defined area gets defined here and objective is set and you need to work towards it. For HR managers, what are the key results area? Improve job vacancy by advertising to attract more qualified candidates. Increase rate of acceptance for job offer made. So how many employees, how many candidates are accepting the offer? You need to work on that. Decrease HR cost per new hire. It means spend and invest more on the engagement, retention part, retaining the employee. Decrease employee turnover. So these becomes very specific areas which are important to these job roles, right? Now, KRAs are important because they're allowing your each job role alignment to the business strategy. So when you're performing your duty, you are directly in line with the business goal. You're directly helping in the business growth. Right? It also important from top-down alignment to the organization. As I said, organization goal, department, and then the individual goal. Setting up a very clear goal for your employees. He knows what he needs to achieve, how he needs to achieve. And this helps in need-based coaching and counseling. So KRAs, when defined specific, clear terms, gaps are easy to identify. And based on that, you can easily decide whether this employee needs to be trained, developed, coached, or counseled. It is also helping a manager and an employee for a periodic measurement of outcomes. A regular review is happening. A fair and a uniform process is maintained. And hiring employees based on the organization needs become important, easy, and accurate here. Okay, moving on. Now, what kind of hurdles do we face when we are identifying, understanding, or using these key results areas? First and the foremost can be a lack of clarity. So sometimes there is a possibility that neither the individual nor the manager is clear about what is the important task and what is the outcome that we're looking out for. What should we focus on? What are those areas that will help us drive the organization's success? How are we directly linking and aligning ourselves to the organization business and its growth? So sometimes that clarity is not there. Sometimes there's a lot of distraction because employee gets too involved into their daily task, and that becomes so important that they don't realize that they are adding limited, very less success to the organization because the important areas are being neglected. The next can be top-down imposition of KRAs, wherein supervisors who basically impose the specific KRAs on employees without explaining them, making them understand its importance, actually, failing the system. It is actually defeating the purpose. So when you make your employees involved in the process, when you explain them the concept, and when you explain them why and how important it is for you to be involved, follow, and adhere to it, there'll be more buy-in, right? And when there'll be more buy-in, people will be more involved and will give their best instead of dictating people what to do, right? So whenever you're setting a KRA or a KPI, or for that matter, any process in the organization from an HR point of view, training and making them understand the importance of that policy process is very, very important. And once you get the buy-in, the implementation becomes easier. So I have shared this a couple of times during my sessions, and let me repeat this for you, that we are deriving KRAs and goals from the organizational goal, right? So how is the organization goal setting? It is dependent on the mission and the vision that the organization carries. And from there, we take the organization objective. When the organization goal objective is set, it further gets broken down to the management goal. From the management goal, further it gets broken down to departments, and from departments, individual goals are set. And based on those goals, it further gets down to your important key results areas. So if you see this slide, it shows a sample. Right. So suppose this is of a new joinee, the new entrant of HR, and it says your key results areas are new joining formalities, HR record maintenance, full and final preparation, time management system, performance management, employee relation, and compensation and benefit. These are your important areas. And let's further divide them into, in new joining formalities, A, you have to prepare appointment letters. Prepare the new joinee files, and you have to make follow-up for the documents. And on the weekly, monthly, or yearly review, you have to give yourself an update. You have to review yourself. How much of appointment letters have been prepared versus the actual? Preparing the new joining files, what is the actual versus the expectation? Right? So this sheet gives you a complete breakup of your task, important areas, and where do you stand. Now that was KRA. Right? In case you find difficult, I can always share some sample sheets with you. You can always get in touch with me and we can discuss this further. Key performance indicators are your high-level measure or metric, wherein we are evaluating the progress, right? And we are evaluating the achievement of the specific object, right? So your KPIs are basically helping you to evaluate whether you're making progress or not against the objective that you have given or set for yourself. It is measurable. It can easily be demonstrated, right? So organization uses KPIs at multiple levels so that they can evaluate the success of how far we've reached the target. Let's understand through some examples. Examples, you remember the KRAs of sales representative I had discussed in the previous slide. Number of new sales contracts signed, dollar value of each new sales contract, growth or decline in net sales from previous period, monthly outreach contact. So if you see the previous slide where I said increase outreach to prospective customer becomes the broad area results, right? And when we break it down to the performance indicator, what kind of indicators are reaching to those areas? We're saying you have to monthly outreach those contacts, right? If I see the example of HR manager, it says qualified application received per advertised job vacancy, rate of acceptance of job offers, total HR cost per hire, employee turnover rate. So those areas gets broken down further into indicators, and that becomes your KPIs, right? Why are they important? A, they becomes a scorecard for an individual and for the company, and they monitor the progress. And in order to measure the accurate progress over time, we are looking at the indicators towards which they're going, right? Which direction are they indicating? Whether is it showing high margins? Whether is it going towards a loss? Whether it is showing slow growth. So how far have you reached towards your goal will be indicated through these indicators, right? It also important to make adjustment and stay on track. So on a timely basis, in case you're missing out a target, you know how much is remaining, how much have you achieved, and what is the time duration that you have. So these leading indicators actually helps you to predict what might happen in future in the next coming 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, depending on this data, right? Now, if you measure the same KPIs over time, you'll see a pattern in the numbers. Now, there are various ways to see, realize, and study these patterns, and that can help you in the business, right? So over the time, you remember when people say that usually July, June month is slow for us. How do they come to this conclusion? They have studied over the time and observed. People say that December is a high peak season for us. Why? How? Because they've been observing it over the years. Important of KPIs is also to solve problems and tackle opportunities. So on the basis of this scorecard, you get the right information, right? And accordingly, you can take a call on solving a problem, taking any opportunities, how to handle the situation. Now, if you see this, this is a sample of your key performance indicator. Your KRAs becomes time, content, cost, quality, service level, and cost of quality. Your KPIs under time becomes schedule, adherence. So delivery to commitment, accurate estimating, avoiding delaying scope until later assignments becomes your indicators. If you see cost adherence, what are the indicators? Delivering to commitment, accurate estimating, avoidance of buffers. All these are your indicators which are directing you towards how much have you achieved and what track are you on. And the assignment phase can be that you can divide them into the phases and keep updating and review yourself. Right? Now, how do we make a KPI? We start with company's objective and we keep them as a base. We define the questions that needs to be answered. What kind of major information is supporting this job role or this document? We identify then the needs. What kind of information do we need? Then we evaluate all the existing data. Once we identify what kind of output are we looking against or for this job role, we support that outcome with existing data. Right? And then we look for the right measurement, whether it can be a technique, it can be frequency, and then we make them. Now, once that is done, how do we ensure what is the best way to communicate the KPIs to the employees so that there is more seriousness, buy-in, commitment towards the progress? And then we review the KPIs to ensure that they help improve the performance. Right, moving on. Now, you say that KRAs and KPIs, it sounds more or less similar. Now, let me make you understand the difference. When we talk about KRA becomes the fundamental area which a particular individual or a department is responsible for. KPIs becomes your measurable performance metric that is helping you to evaluate the progress, achievements of a very specific object, right, under that outcome. Key results area, again, it's a metric which is defining the areas. So it'll tell you which are the areas where employees are responsible to give the maximum or the output to the organization. Indicators are gauging that level. How much have you achieved? So KRA will tell you what needs to be done, and KPI will tell you how much have you achieved, how have you achieved, right? KRAs are your qualitative measure and KPIs are your quantifiable measures. KRAs will help you find out the scope of a very particular job or a product. Indicators are measuring how successful an organization achieves the goals at various levels. It talks more about a trend, a phase, right? Nowadays, especially post this pandemic COVID, a lot of small and medium organizations as well have started understanding the importance of setting up and giving a goal. So goal setting exercise has become an important part of human resource or for any organization, because they've realized that goal setting is actually driving them towards a high performance. It is actually aligning them with each other. And especially when we design an accurate KPIs or KRAs, we are giving them a healthy environment where not only they understand what is required, expected out of them, how they have to perform, and what are the bases that they're going to be reviewed and assessed on. How far are they from their goals? How much have they achieved? If not, how delayed it is, and if it is delayed, what kind of measures can we make in order to achieve it on time? What is the kind of trend our business is following, and so on, right? So KPIs and KRAs are metrics in simple terms, that is linking your organizational vision with your individual action, right? And by monitoring this, we can directly measure how well our organization is meeting its long-term goal and providing outstanding customer service. So now most of the organization that I've seen is that it becomes a one-time activity for them. They design it, they run, implement it, and then they forget about it. But every process, every policy, every system in the organization must be an ongoing conversation, must be an ongoing thing, especially between the manager and the employee. Because that's how it becomes a part of your daily task. That's how it becomes important to follow. And that's how it becomes an important qualitative aspect of achieving the goal. Right? Usually at the end of this session, I ask my students to think of a job role or take the same job role that you worked on a JD. You picked up a job role, you worked on that JD. Now taking that JD forward, you can further, keeping that job role in mind, you can further set a goal for that job role. So suppose if you've chosen HR manager, set a goal for that HR manager. It can be anything. Keep any organization in mind, set a goal, and then further divide that goal into your KRAs and KPIs. Once you'll start thinking about it, once you'll be involved and doing it by yourself, a lot of clarity will come and a lot of queries will. And I'm here to solve your queries. So do this exercise and see how far you've understood. And if you have any queries, you have my number, be in touch. That's the end of session 2. And we'll connect again for session 3 very soon. Thank you.